So you wanted to talk about Trailmark. Is that where you live?
Yeah,
Awesome. Tell me a little bit about it. Where is that?
Trailmark is southwest of Wadsworth and C470, just across from Chatfield Reservoir, and it's nestled against the foothills. And it's a really nice community that seems almost secluded, yet still really close to all the things that are great about Colorado, like the downtown scene, the mountain scene, being outdoors. It's got 3 private ponds on it.
Wow. Can you walk around those? Is there a walking trail?
Oh, there's a huge amount of walking trails around, built into the community,
Nice.
as well as access to Two Brands Hildebrandt Ranch trails that go around the property and go adjacent to the Chatfield Botanic Gardens
Oh, beautiful.
that are also owned by the Denver Botanic Gardens. And part of our community has actually some outdoor activities at the or at the I'm thinking of the Chatfield Botanic Gardens, the
Oh,
Trail of
nice.
Lights that goes on.
Oh, yeah, that was beautiful.
We always have a neighborhood outdoor night then. We also have one in October deals with the corn maze and stuff, and they always give a really discounted price for the Trailmark neighbors.
Awesome.
Yeah, it is really nice. And it's sponsored by Trailmark Community. They actually have a social community within Trailmark Neighborhood that do all kinds of monthly planned outings for the neighborhood. Like at Easter, we have a Easter egg hunt that goes on in the neighborhood. We had the 4th of July bicycle parade that all the kids decorate their bicycles, and
Oh, fun.
they do a parade around one of the blocks, and then they go to there's a park that we call Hogback Park,
Okay.
and which also has soccer fields. And they give they have all kinds of little outdoor games, like um, 3-legged races, potato sack race, and you get popsicle. And they also do, during the summer, they have 3 outdoor concerts that they do at the Hogback.
Okay.
So it really
Are
has
those
a
like
sense of
local bands or
community.
the 80s bands or?
Um, any kind of bands. They've
Okay.
got all genres that they have had come out in the 6 years I've been there.
Yeah.
And but it's just a great community feel about the neighborhood. I mean, they really care about their neighbors. They even have their own Facebook page so that neighbors can ask questions of stuff or pass on information
Okay.
or ask questions like, hey, do you have a kid in the gifted program? If so, what schools in the Littleton area do you recommend? Or,
Yeah.
hey, I need a plumber. Any kind of random thing. They even have a buy sell trade Facebook page so that you can, sell stuff or trade stuff with your neighbors.
Oh, cool. Cool. How is like trash handled down there or snow plowing? Is that all HOA?
It is HOA. Well, no, we pay a trash service.
Okay.
It is the trash is part of the HOA.
Okay.
Snow removal is also part of the HOA. So I correct myself that yes, it is included. But I have to say our HOA fees are. I don't think they're very expensive. We pay it's quarterly, and we pay I think $96 a quarter.
Oh, that's cheap. Yeah.
Yeah, and they do a great job. It also includes all the landscaping that they do, any of the refurbishments. Like we have a playground that's by one of the big lakes,
Yeah.
and a lot of the neighbors were complaining that hey, the kids have to go to the bathroom, and sometimes if we're in the back of the neighborhood, it's hard for them to make it
Right.
home in time. So one of the projects was they built an outdoor porta potty so that kids could go to the bathroom without having to have an accident on the way home.
Nice.
It is. I mean, it's those little things. They add up.
Yeah, they do. They do. And you don't want kids peeing on all the fences, so.
No. There are a lot of trees that have probably been marked,
Yeah, I would imagine.
and they actually, the big lake that's in the middle of Trailmark, they actually stock it with fish,
Okay.
and so it's catch and release. But you'll find people all throughout except for winter, there's no ice fishing on it.
Okay.
But they do have, it's stocked, so you'll always see people fishing around there, and again, great community feel. Hey neighbor, how's the fish catching going today?
Yeah.
Oh, I caught 3.
And where did you move?
Yeah.
Where did you move to Trailmark from?
We moved from Denver, so we were over by in the University Hills neighborhood.
Okay. And if I recall,
And
that was like kind of Iliff and I-25.
Yeah, we were actually Yale and I-25, just
Okay.
a couple blocks off,
Oh
and
yeah, that's right, because it was like off of the Bojo's Pizza area.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And we decided that because having children, we wanted to get into a good school system, and so we did a lot of research, and we're really happy with the Jefferson County schools that the Trailmark feeds into. Schaefer is an excellent school for elementary. Falcon Bluffs is great for the middle school, and they feed into Chatfield for high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although there is still the choice option, so you don't have to go to those. You can choose to go elsewhere, but those are the feeder schools, and they're really good academically.
Okay. And did you get involved in like any MOPS programs or any mom groups or
Um, we
what's?
actually have. That's another thing is there is a Trailmark moms and dads gathering group that
Oh, nice.
gets together, and so it's for those that live in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
A way for them to coordinate play dates and meetings at the playground or outings.
Okay.
So
Okay. And if you were to move from Trailmark, what would entice you away? Where would you go and why?
probably be out of state to the beach or it'd be somewhere in the mountains.
Yeah.
Because
So
actually, I love my neighborhood, and
okay.
I my favorite is my street. I think I picked the best street in the neighborhood to live on.
Nice.
The neighbors there are all very welcoming and warm. I mean, I couldn't pick a better community neighborhood, and that was one of the things that we were missing by living in Denver. Is we just didn't have that community feel where we were living before.
Yeah. What was the name
And
of
so,
that? What was the name of that neighborhood?
University Hills.
University Hills. And now that encompasses a lot of different types of homes and I think a lot of different price points too, doesn't it?
In that area, it was more of the starter homes, and it
Yeah.
had turned to be a lot of rental properties in that area.
And that was the area
Um,
southwest of I-25 in Yale.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean, while it was great for not having kids, because we were right there by the light rail, real close, easy access to downtown Denver.
Yeah.
It just because of the transition and because it was a lot of people were either scraping the houses and building bigger ones, or they were rentals because they've been in the family for so long or whatever they
Right.
bought cheap. um, just didn't really feel that. And the neighborhood we lived in before, which was by DU, again, it was very diverse. You either had your really old neighbors that had been living in that community for a long time, or you had your college students. It was
Yeah.
very very extreme
Right.
difference.
Like you had one or the other, right? You couldn't have like just a whole
Yeah,
mix. Yeah.
and in Trailmark, I won't say it's just a family neighborhood because actually they have patio homes in the neighborhood as well as your single dwelling homes, and they also have condominiums in the back.
Oh, nice.
And we find that in the condominiums and the patio homes tends to be the older, more senior community.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and but so I mean, it is still diverse in our neighborhood,
Yeah.
but people just seem to be really more engaged in that being a part of the community, whereas the other ones we just felt very isolated.
Yeah. You kind of just came home and you were in your home, but you didn't have like a community you were tied into.
Right, we
And here
didn't
you
hang
do.
out with the neighbors or get to know the neighbors.
Yeah.
And there's several in our neighborhood. There in the whole Trailmark neighborhood, there are several book clubs, there are bunco groups,
Oh,
there are
nice.
people that get together for different running groups, cycling groups.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of cyclists in the community because we're so close to. I mean, we're close to the paths off of Chatfield.
Yeah.
We're right there by Waterton Canyon for the mountain biking, and I mean, we could go mountain biking right off of the end of our cul-de-sac because it heads into the Hildebrandt Ranch trailheads
That's
that go
awesome.
along the hogback.
Yeah. That's very cool.
So it is. It's awesome. And the new thing that they're doing right now is they just broke ground on the new firehouse that is going to be there in the neighborhood.
Okay.
So that's another thing because that was kind of a bone of contention for people in the neighborhood is that the fire rescue would take too long
Yeah.
because we're kind of the redheaded stepchildren of Littleton. I'll be honest there. We're Jefferson County, but we're Littleton proper.
Okay.
Owns us. So Littleton Fire and Rescue is actually who services our community, even though we're in Jefferson County, which is serviced by West Metro.
Yeah.
So it makes us the redheaded stepchildren for fire rescue, but they all come out because we actually just recently had an experience with the fire rescue because a friend of mine's dog jumped into the frozen pond and got herself stuck in the ice,
Oh no.
broke through, and
I think
so
I saw
fire
you
rescue
posted that
came
rescue,
out.
right? The brave fireman just runs out there and like whoosh,
Yes.
shoots the dog right out of the water.
Yes, it
Yeah.
did. And it took 13 minutes for them because of the distance that they come from.
Yeah, that,
But
that could be life or death for a little child under there, or a dog. Yeah,
totally, or for someone having a heart attack
yeah.
that's, one of the patio homes or,
So you're getting a new
whatever the
firehouse
thing is.
though. That's
It
awesome.
broke ground just last week, and it's due to be completed by fall.
Okay,
So, and it's going to have 2 fire trucks, I believe, and a police car. So it will also have a police station presence.
nice.
And so, yeah, it's very nice. We're very excited.
Now, one of the things I found moving from Denver proper to the Southwest Burbs is sort of food shortage. Do you have any good delivery? Like we have like 3 places that can deliver food. That's about it. What do you have down in Trailmark?
Pizza.
Yeah.
Pizza gets delivered. I can't say that we were never really a huge delivery
Yeah.
house anyway, so even when I lived close to places that would deliver, we didn't take advantage of those.
Sure.
But we do love the Southside Pizza. They deliver in the neighborhood. All the pizza places do.
Okay.
But we have found that my husband's still trying to find a really great local Mexican place, so we still kind of go to Denver for his favorite Mexican.
Yeah.
We did find a great Italian restaurant. We love Boca Trattoria over off of Kipling by Texas Roadhouse.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's really good Italian.
Have you tried? I'm trying to think of the name of the place. It's up on Bowles, right across from the AMC 12. There's a new Mexican restaurant just opened up.
It's Lucina, and I have not tried it
Lucas or
yet.
something like
Yeah.
Luca Cantina. Yeah, that's pretty good. Really good marks. Really
Is it?
awesome.
Yeah, just opened.
Awesome salsas.
Yeah. Oh, that's
I've
good.
been kind of hit or miss on the food, but I
The
think it's been
salsas
pretty
are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we tend to, because Rich likes really authentic Mexican, so we still drive to go to Tacos y Salsa
Oh,
in
nice.
Denver.
Nice. I still drive to food trucks up on Federal, so
Well, there is that too.
get some street
But that's
tacos.
the beauty is we're not that far to be able to go do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy to just jump from our neighborhood. We just jump C470 to Santa Fe, and boom, you're right there on the corridor to get to some of those great places.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that was great. I learned a lot.
Oh, did you? Well, good.
I did. I mean, I've been through Trailmark, but I can't know it as well as you do because you live there. So
I do, and I
Yeah.
love it. Like I said, I couldn't have picked a better neighborhood to live in. The people are fantastic. I love that they do all those community activities throughout the year for the kids and
yeah,
ways to socialize with the neighbors or just have a reason to go outside and do something.
awesome. Awesome. Any other place you want to discuss while I've got you on the parking lot garage? So rooftop.
About Trailmark itself or just any neighborhood?
Anything, anywhere. Yeah.
Not
Any-
that I can think of.
Okay.
I mean, like I said, I used to live in University Hills, and it was great for being able to go to downtown and be a starter home community.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for actual community feel, it's a place where you just go home, you do your own thing, and you stay private. And if that's the type of person you are, then that's the perfect neighborhood
Yeah.
for you to buy your starter home because they have small houses, huge lots. I mean, we had a huge front yard and a huge backyard
Yeah.
when we
I
lived
guess
over
that's
in
why
Unit.
I guess that's why they're scraping so many of them now.
That is because
Yeah.
there's a lot of space to do it.
Yeah.
We don't have as big a yard because we have a really beautiful back porch that was built off of our house that took up part of the yard.
Okay.
But we back up right to the greenbelt because there are a lot of greenbelts that go through Trailmark.
Yeah.
And we're so close to the playground that I don't feel that we miss having a big backyard.
No, a green belt and a playground go a long way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and actually in Trailmark there are some houses that have huge yards, but then you also got the maintenance that goes with it.
Yeah.
So
Well, excellent. Well, thanks very much. I appreciate you taking time to chat with me.